In the headlines, Puerto Ricans brace themselves for what could be Hurricane Dorian, Portsmouth welcomes a replacement for Ross University, and the Ministry of Education to change the criteria which determine the island scholar. I am Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic's east coast were under hurricane watch on Tuesday. Tropical storm Dorian loomed directly over St. Lucia, dropping rain and gusting winds as it headed through the eastern Caribbean Sea towards Puerto Rico. The storm is expected to strengthen over the next 48 hours, and the threat of winds and heavy rains reaching Florida later this weekend is increasing. Tropical storm warnings were in effect for the islands as well as on Martinique. At 11 a.m. Tuesday, Dorian was about 60 miles west-northwest of St. Lucia and 415 miles southeast of Puerto Rico. The storm was moving at 13 miles per hour west-northwest with winds near 50 miles per hour. Forecasters expected Dorian to stay on its current path before turning northwest on Wednesday and passing near or south of Puerto Rico. The storm is likely to strengthen to bring hurricane conditions to that U.S. territory. In other top stories, most if not all public and private sector employees were sent home Tuesday afternoon for safety reasons. In making the announcement, Prime Minister Skerrit said the decision had been taken in the interest of the safety of the public, even if Dominica would not be experiencing the direct impact of Tropical Storm Dorian. The Prime Minister had initially been reluctant to have employees stay home on Tuesday, as weather forecasts did not indicate that TS Dorian would have any major impact on the country. But he was concerned about the impact of potential flooding and landslides which can affect commuters from the out districts. While the impact of the half-day on their bottom line remains to be determined, and as has been done in the past, the private sector cooperated with the Prime Minister's recommendation to send home employees. In more developments, preparations are in high gear to welcome a new academic institution in Picard, Portsmouth. In August 2018, Ross University School of Medicine, which was based in Portsmouth for 40 years, left the island's shores and set up shop in Barbados. Earlier this year, Prime Minister Skerrit announced that another educational institution had been secured to replace Ross University. Mayor of Portsmouth, Titus Francis, says work on the former Ross University compound is already well underway.
Certainly in the campus property itself, the infrastructure, there's a lot of work taking place within the facility, which suggests that something is coming and something is going to happen very, very soon. The Prime Minister has hinted to that in a number of public statements and so on. After 1 year, we're seeing the government's persistence in its ability to go out and get a replacement for Ross University is beginning to prove itself to be successful. And from all indications, very, very soon, it seems, a new school will open its doors in Portsmouth.
Apart from Ross compound, Portsmouth food operators are also getting an upgrade to welcome the new school to the community.
What we're seeing is, which is evidence again, is that what used to be the shacks, which provided food service for the public and students as well, that has been remodeled. I mean, you should take a look at it. It has been remodeled and it is now a modern, you cannot call it the shacks again. I think they're going to have to call it something like a food mall, because the reconstruction has really elevated the general Picard area, and in itself will add value to Picard, and even with the new school expected to be here.
On to education matters, moves are being made to change the criteria which determine the island scholar. Here is Julian Morris with more.
Currently, the country's island scholar is determined by the results of the GCE A-level exams, which has seen a decline in participants over the years. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Chandler Hyacinth, said steps have already been taken to move the process forward.
GCE A-levels, there has been a serious decline in the number of students who participate in these exams. So we have to change the law to recognize the other main exams that will allow us to recognize the top student. We have started the process in terms of consultation with some of the stakeholders. First, we have to go through cabinet. Some measures have already been taken through cabinet. The next stage is for preparation of the legislation with the Legal Affairs Department so that it can be formally recognized in law. Because the change has to be made in law.
Minister for Ecclesiastical Affairs Catherine Daniel, who represented the Education Minister at a recent function, said a change in the laws which select the island scholar will ensure the best student is chosen for this award.
What we realized that some students were still doing GCE A-level, but because they can challenge you on the law, but because the law is still there, we will to give the island scholarship on the law. But the law also provides it's based on performance. So I've seen that students who have not performed very well at the GCE, still the top students, because you could have two children getting, one getting 25%, one getting 20%, the one with the 25% is still the top, and you had to give that to the child as the island scholar. Is that what you want for your island scholar? With the academic advances made at the Dominica State College, measures are being put in place to recognize top students from that institution on a national level. So the criteria has to be made, now that we have our state college, the criteria has to be made for the selection process to go in. So it's a lot of work that has to go on in that. But as exists now, plans are in place to select students of the college who have performed. There's a criteria. So these students get the scholarships. It's not called the island scholarships, but the benefits are the same. So we are not depriving anybody of the benefits. The benefits are the same. But unless we go back to Parliament to repeal that law, then the GCE still stands, because anybody can now challenge you on that.
You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
If you're HIV positive or have an STI, having unprotected sex with multiple partners puts them in grave danger. You'll expose every partner and their present and future partners to HIV or another STI. Use a condom every time you have sex. You can live a productive life even if diagnosed with HIV. Remember, early detection is key to your survival. Be responsible, protect yourself and others. Help stop the spread of HIV and other STIs.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Welcome back. A call for more effective leadership among youth. The call came from Vice Chairperson of the Commonwealth Students Association with responsibility for advocacy and partnerships, Ajani Lebon. Lebon from St. Lucia was on island to conduct a leadership workshop organized by Dominica's CSA Focal Point.
I was invited here to conduct a leadership training session which focused on understanding the fundamentals of leadership and looking at how youth groups can improve the efficiency of their leadership and being able to generate greater impact within their communities. I think there needs to be a lot more focus being placed on effective and efficient leadership, specifically among youth groups and organizations. And I believe that it is, of course, the role of youth organizations to champion these. And I hope that the Ministry of Youth and Sports will, the Ministry of Youth will definitely support these efforts moving forward.
The CSA Vice Chair believes all youth has the potential to lead, and this quality is needed in the ever-changing social environment.
The important thing for our youth to understand, especially as we're looking to promote a society which is holistic, a society where everyone is accountable to each other, we need to push the idea and the concept that leadership is something that is within everyone, and every young person is capable of becoming an effective leader. But of course, it highly depends on the quality of their character and of course that personal identity which the leader in itself has to shape.
Lebon would like to see greater support for youth organizations here so they have more impact on a national level.
Based on the interaction I've had with some of the youth leaders here in Dominica, what I've understood is that there needs to be a lot more effort being placed on the grassroots involvement of young people in terms of filtering some of the youth programs down to the community level so that we could see impact not just on a national level but ensuring that the young people within their own spaces are feeling the impact and are being assisted in various ways. So this is of course a common issue across the region. I also see that it's necessary to provide a lot more support for the National Youth Council. Currently, the council is, of course, has a fantastic structure, but with any structure, the operations are most important. And I believe that there is a greater role that we could play within the region to support each other in developing our youth movements.
On the political scene, Parliamentary Representative for St. Joseph for the last 10 years, Kelva Daru, has officially passed on the baton to Dr. Addis King.
Daru announced in December 2018 that he had taken a personal decision not to contest the 2020 general election. As he put it back then, this decision was to further his personal life and his education career. He said the difficult decision to leave politics had been discussed with the Prime Minister and his family, and it was the right decision. Last weekend, he had the opportunity to pass on the baton which he had received from Vince Henderson to Dr. Addis King, the new DLP candidate for that constituency.
I want you to put aside party colors. put aside the red, the green, the blue, the yellow, and do some deep introspection. Think of Dominica. Think of Dominica and where we would like to see Dominica in 5 years' time. Where would you like to see Dominica in 10 years' time? And ask yourself this question. Who is presenting to you the leadership, the skills and the competence that can take Dominica to places that we want to see, that your children and our grandchildren will be proud of? These are the questions that you have to think of this afternoon, my friends. Because at the end of the day, when you go into that box and you make that little X, your X has a lot of power. There is power in your vote. And you, the citizens of this country, you, the thousands of laborites who are gathered there in St. Joseph, you have a responsibility to ensure that Dominica continues on the right trajectory, where our children, our grandchildren can have a brighter and a better future with the Dominica Labour Party.
Darrell told supporters he was confident they would make the right choice.
Because you made the right choice in 2000. You made the right choice again in 2005. You made the right choice again in 2009. You made the right choice again in 2014. And whenever the Prime Minister puts on that pink shoes, you will make that right choice again to bring back Labour to where it belongs, my dear friend. And yeah, in this constituency, we will be making the right choice with Dr. Addis King when we go to the polls and put our X next to the shoe. And I want to appeal this afternoon in a very serious way to the undecided voters in this constituency and in this country by extension. And more so to our young people. Because I believe the undecided voters, they have a major role to play in this coming election. Most of you who are here this afternoon, you already know that you're going to vote the Dominica Labour Party. And we thank you for that. We appreciate your support. But the undecided voters, I want to reach out to you this afternoon. Because you have to look at what is before you. You have to look at the leadership that has been presented to you. You have to look at the slate of candidates that have sacrificed and made themselves available on the Labour Party, and you have to also compare them to those of the other party. And I can tell you, my dear friends, without any doubt, that the Dominica Labour Party, under the leadership of Roosevelt Scarrett, is presenting to you a slate of candidates that will continue to build Dominica and will continue to take Dominica to places that we have never seen before.
And gynecologist and obstetrician Dr. Kervin Ferraro has praised the health policies of the Dominica Labour Party to include the new Dominica China Friendship Hospital. Dr. Ferraro, who contested the St. Joseph seat on a UWP ticket in 2005, told a gathering there on Sunday his vision for healthcare in Dominica is materializing under the DLP leadership.
Our accident and emergency department, a critical part for any hospital, is now headed by a specialist for the very first time. We have a functioning intensive care unit for the last 10 years. We have cutting-edge laparoscopic equipment. We have a functioning CT scan and lots more. Therefore, brothers and sisters, pay no mind to the negatives that you hear. Certainly, the Princess Margaret Hospital is not perfect, nor is any hospital that I know. But the Princess Margaret Hospital is at its very best as it has ever been in a very long history. The Dominica China Friendship Hospital is now the icing on the cake.
Dr. Ferraro's run against the DLP's Vince Henderson in 2005 ended in defeat. But he says back then he had good reason to be a proud and enthusiastic follower of former Prime Minister Edison James, but a lot has changed. He has characterized the current UWP led by Honorable Lennox Linton as a counterfeit.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, the headlines again. Puerto Ricans brace themselves for what could be Hurricane Dorian. Portsmouth embraces the replacement for Ross University. And the Ministry of Education to change the criteria which determine the island scholar. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us next time.